I don't know about you, but I am shocked to see how many of my digital friends are chatting about the upcoming world war, how stressed and worried we all are. And I just had to make a video about it to try to help you conquer this overload of information and become calm and collected again. This video is split up into 3 sections. 1, I will explain about what's going on with the doom and the fear on social media, and I will take you through some breathing exercise so you can relax and learn how to regulate your breathing whenever you stumble across more bad news. The second part is more like digital spring cleaning, where I will show you alternatives to feed your brain more optimism and trick the gray matter into being more happy and less sad and worrisome. The final part is story time. So let's get started. The human brain evolved to process local, immediate information, like social cues or physical threats in our environment, not the constant stream of global news we face today. With smartphones and social media, we are bombarded by updates from across the world 24/7, triggering our brain's threat response system repeatedly, even for events far outside our control. This overload leads to chronic stress, decision fatigue, and desensitization. We are not meant to emotionally process tragedies from dozens of countries in a single scroll. I pulled a statistic for you to show you that the average person consumes the equivalent of 34 gigabytes of information daily, according to a 2023 study by the University of California. That is enough to overload a laptop within a week. This constant input overwhelms our working memories and impairs our ability to focus, emphasize, and make clear decisions. Globally, this can lead to collective anxiety, compassion, fatigue, and even misinformation spread as overwhelmed minds struggle to discern what's true or important. The brain's tendency to seek out more bad news as a threat filler is rooted in our evolution, so as we now know. I know I've been there like the past 3 years ago. I did it a lot of times, and I've spammed my friends on the messenger apps a lot, and I wish I shouldn't have done it, but I learned that I shouldn't do it anymore. So basically, this threat filter makes us more alert to negative information because it could signal a potential threat. As a result, we pay more attention to bad news, even if it's not immediately relevant, because our brain prioritizes safety over positivity. And of course, it's okay to care about the news and to stay actual and updated and, seek out the facts and the news of the day. But it's also very, very okay to switch off your phone, to switch off the internet, and to draw a boundary. If you feel depleted, you need to, as they say, touch the grass and maybe literally go outside and take a walk or connect with others who want to meet up with you, or whatever you have to do. Try to recharge your mental brain, and that's okay. Small actions you could do to get back to a calm brain would be like writing, journaling, or maybe help out your local community. Maybe pick up your hobbies you used to do as a kid or as a teen. Maybe draw, sketch, write, play football, whatever you have to do, start locally and start at yourself. My next point I want to make out to you is that the world has always faced hardships, and resilience is part of the history. It's often or not that we go to war, we have to fight, we have to defend our borders, and that's what's it about, And please feel free to write in the comments if you feel that your anxiety is overwhelming you and if it's affecting you as well. I would love to hear from you and see your comments, and I will try to comment back on each and one of you. With all of those facts out of the way, let's take a moment to be grounded together. We will do a very gentle breathing exercise, and after that I will give you a gratitude exercise to do today, not tomorrow. This time we will do it a bit differently than our usual breathing exercises. I have learned this technique last year from a dialectical behavior therapy workbook. It's called a body scan, and it will help you become more mindful of the now. If you need a breathing exercise like the box breathing for anxiety, please feel free to click on the box here above or click on the link in the description to watch my video and do the box breathing exercise together in the different video than we're doing right now. Anyway, let's get started. Take a moment to settle into a comfortable position, either sitting or laying down. Let your hands rest loosely. If you feel safe, gently close your eyes. Let's begin by bringing our attention to the breath. Take a deep breath in and slowly breathe out. And again, breathe in and out. One more time. Feeling the body start to relax. Breathe in and breathe out. Now we will gently scan through the body, one area at a time, simply noticing what's there without judgment. Bring your attention to the top, very top of your head. What sensations are there, if any? Maybe tingling, pressure, warmth, or maybe nothing at all. Just notice. Move down to your forehead. Is it tense or relaxed? Notice your eyes, your cheeks, your jaw. Let your jaw soften just a little and allow your face to be at ease. Bring awareness to your neck and your shoulders. Is there tightness, heaviness, or lightness? Let your shoulders drop gently, releasing even a small bit of tension if possible. Notice your arms, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, and hands. What do you feel here? Any pulsing, warmth, or stillness? Let your hands relax, fingers soft. Shift your attention to your chest. Feel it rise and fall with each breath. Notice your upper back. If there's tension, just breathe into that space gently. Now, your stomach. Is it tight, relaxed? Let it soften with your next breath. Notice your lower back. Any sensation or discomfort, just observe. Move down into your hips, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, and finally your feet. Notice any weight, pressure, tingling, or even numbness. Simply observe without trying to change it. Now, take a deep breath in and slowly breathe out. Scan your entire body one more time, head to toe, just noticing how you feel. There's no right or wrong way to feel. You're simply practicing awareness. When you are ready, gently bring your attention back to the room. Wiggle your toes. Take one more breath. And when it feels right, open your eyes. Thank Thank yourself for taking this time to connect with your body and practice mindfulness. You've just completed a DBT body scan. And for your in real life exercise, I want you to take a piece of paper and pen and write down 3 things you're grateful for. Don't do it via your phone. Do it truly with a pen or pencil on paper by writing it the old school way. You put more energy into your gratefulness. And if you want to extend this little exercise of being grateful for the small little things or even the big things in life, extend it to every night before you go to sleep. And you take out your little paper or maybe even a little paper book you dedicate to this gratitude journal, or you buy a gratitude journal from a cute little bookstore in your local area, and you write down 3 things you're grateful for every single night before you go to sleep. And it is not only a wonderful way to be present in the now, to be mindful, but also to regain some happiness and to feel more happy overall. And now I want to go and take you back to the topic of today's video and go to this next part. Some nice wholesome links on the internet you can look up to change your news feed into the more wholesome ones. Because if you do choose to engage with the news, you can intentionally seek out sources that focus on solutions, progress, and human kindness. Here are 5 excellent places to start. Positive.news. This is a magazine and online publication dedicated to entirely good journalism about good things. They focus on rigorous reporting about what's going on right in the world, covering everything from social change and environmental solutions to the act of kindness. It's high quality, constructive journalism. The next one is goodnewsnetwork.org, one of the longest running good news sites on the internet since 1997. Good News Network provides a daily dose of uplifting stories from around the globe, focusing on inspiring people, scientific breakthroughs, and acts of generosity. It's a reliable source for quick emotional boost. The third one is thehappybroadcast.com. This source is a visually unique and perfect for a social media savvy audience like you guys. It represents positive news through a colorful, anxiety-free illustrations. It's a fantastic way to consume good news without the stress of traditional news formats. Reasons to be Cheerful.world is founded by the artist and musician David Byrne, hope I pronounce it correctly. This non-profit online magazine is dedicated to telling stories of intelligent, proven solutions to the world's most pressing problems. It's not just feel-good news, it's about inspiring, evidence-based hope and showing that progress is possible. Dailygood.org, operated by a non-profit, Daily Good delivers one positive story to your inbox each day. The stories are often deeper, more reflective pieces about generosity, mindfulness, and the human spirit. It's less about news and more about inspiring thought and action through storytelling. It can feel like our times are truly, uniquely frightening, but history is filled with ordinary people who have found ways to cultivate joy and normalcy, even in the shadows of conflict. Here is one such story, inspired by the real experience of families during World War II. It's called The Victory Garden. During the Second World War, uncertainty was a constant companion for families across the world. In countries like Britain and the United States, governments knew that fear and scarcity could be as damaging as any enemy. So they launched a campaign that was both practical and deeply profound, the Dig for Victory campaign. Let's imagine a family. We call them the Clarks. Their small backyard wasn't much, just a patch of grass. But as the news grew darker and the rations tighter, they decided to turn that patch of earth into a victory garden. Mr. Clark, a man who normally worked with ledgers and numbers, found a new rhythm digging in the soil. Mrs. Clark, who was worried constantly about her brothers overseas, learned the old wisdom of preserving and canning from her neighbors. Their children, who could hear the distant hum of planes, were put in charge of the most important jobs, hunting for slugs and watering the precious seedlings. That garden became their sanctuary. It didn't stop the war. It didn't erase the fear. But what it did was gave them a circle of control. They couldn't control the headlines, but they could control the weeds. They couldn't influence world leaders, but they could influence whether their tomato plants thrived. When they sat down for dinner, their food on the table, fresh potatoes, bright green beans, sweet carrots, was a tangible result of their own work. It was a small daily victory against the chaos. Their focus shifted from the terrifying, abstract war to the real grounding task in front of them. Tilling the soil, nurturing life, and sharing their small surplus with a neighbor who had less. They weren't just growing vegetables. They were cultivating resilience. They were teaching their children that even in the darkest of times, you can plant a seed, care for it, and create something good. And that is a power no headline can ever take away. The Victory Garden movement was a real and massive phenomenon. Millions of families participated. What will you do if war is in your country? What will your victory garden movement will be like? I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you get something out of it to calm yourself during these very weird and turbulent times. I hope it gives you empowerment to grow a seed in your victory garden. And if there's anything you want to share with me, please do so in the comments down below. Give me a like, and of course, if you want to share this video with the friends or your family members who could definitely need this video. I know I did. And I know a lot of my friends needed this video as well. If you need any other topics surrounding these turbulent times, leave it down in the comments too as well, and I will pick out the one that resonates most with me. I thank you as always for being here with me, for making this little community that I'm trying to create bigger, and take care of your heart, sweet soul. To the next one.